Have you ever felt like there's a weaker version of yourself holding you back? Have you realized that it's not the world, not other people, but you who's standing in your way? And are you ready to enter the greatest battle of your life? Where your opponent is you, there comes a point in life when you must face a decision to keep living as a shadow of who you could be, or to finally destroy the weaker version of yourself that has kept you chained for too long. Look at yourself. You're still stuck in excuses, constantly postponing your greatness. But for how long? How much longer will you tolerate that voice inside your head telling you, it's too hard, you can't do this? There's no more room for doubts or regrets. If you're still not achieving what you set out to do, there's one reason. That fragile version of yourself is still alive, seeking comfort over growth. But today, right here, we're going to change that. In this video, you'll uncover the core Stoic principles that will help you eliminate every weakness: fear, laziness, procrastination. You'll learn how to forge a resilient mind, build unshakable discipline, and rise as the powerful, unstoppable person you were meant to be. It's time to take control. Are you ready to unlock your full potential and leave your weaker self behind? If yes, let's begin. But before we dive in, let me tell you a story about Adrian. Adrian realized that the greatest enemy wasn't the world, it was inside him. And if you think this only happens to others, take a moment to reflect. How many times have you said just 5 more minutes when your alarm rang? Just 5 minutes. But those 5 minutes turn into 30. By the time you get up, your whole morning is gone. No time to exercise, no time to focus, because your weak version already won. Or maybe you planned to clean out your closet over the weekend, but when the moment came, you said, "Not today, I'm too tired." And just like that, another day wasted, another round lost. Once again, your weaker self took the victory. Seneca said it centuries ago, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And he was absolutely right. Your weak version doesn't just fear failure, it imagines failure before you even try. It whispers, "Why bother? You'll probably fail. It's not worth the effort." But listen closely, that voice is a lie, a carefully disguised trap to keep you stuck in place. And every day you listen, you lose. So, do you know what your weak version is? Let's turn this fight around, starting right now. Grab a pen and paper, or open a note on your phone. Whatever works, and write down 3 things you do daily that feed your weak self. Don't overthink. Be brutally honest. Maybe it's procrastination. Maybe it's a lack of discipline in your body, mind, or decisions. Maybe it's the people you surround yourself with. Whatever it is, put it into words, because when you identify the enemy, you can finally start to defeat it. Now look at that list. Those habits, they are the bars of the cage you've trapped yourself in. They are the blows that keep knocking your strongest self down again and again. Will you keep betting on the loser? Or will you rise from the ring as the true fighter you were born to be? The choice is yours. And to truly understand why comfort is your worst enemy, let me tell you a story. A simple one, but one that reflects the reality we all live in. As I just told you, comfort may feel good, but it's the silent killer of your potential. And to break free from its grip, you must start with one simple shift. Change the question in your mind. Every time you're about to take the easy route, don't ask, "What do I feel like doing?" Instead, ask, "What will make me stronger?" If you're tempted to stay in bed instead of working out, if you're about to order takeout instead of cooking something nourishing, if you're on the verge of procrastinating on something important, pause and ask the stronger question. This simple switch tricks your brain. It puts you into action mode, not autopilot. Second, train yourself with small intentional discomforts daily. You don't need to start with extremes. Set minor, consistent challenges. Take a walk in the rain instead of waiting for a sunny day. Wash your face with cold water on a winter morning. These acts may seem small, but they retrain your mind to stop fearing discomfort and start using it as fuel. So I ask you now, will you keep running from the things that make you stronger? Or will you rewrite your story starting today? Third, you don't need to become strong. You already are. Do you wish you were more disciplined, braver, more resilient? Let's be clear, you don't need to get there. You already have those traits inside, you just haven't recognized them yet. Think of Rikako Iki, one of Japan's most promising swimmers. Her future was bright, her talent undeniable, but then she was diagnosed with leukemia. The body that once glided through water with power now struggled through chemotherapy and months of isolation. Everything that once defined her as an athlete seemed to fade. She could have surrendered, said, "I'm not a swimmer anymore, my career is over." But she didn't. She didn't adopt the identity of someone defeated. She saw herself as she truly was, a competitor. When her body healed, she returned to the pool. She trained again. She competed again. Because her identity had never been about defeat. It was about fighting. Listen closely, because this applies directly to you. Your identity shapes your actions. If you label yourself lazy, your brain will believe it. No matter how hard you try, your mind will sabotage you because it's already decided who you are. Imagine this. Your boss offers you a promotion. They believe in you. They've seen your growth. But in your head, panic sets in. I'm not ready. There are better people. What if I fail? You smile politely, say you'll think about it. But the whole day, doubt eats you alive. You go home with fear, eat dinner with fear, sleep with fear until the next morning. You look in the mirror, and behind your reflection stands Epictetus. No smile, no pity, just one clear sentence. Don't explain your philosophy, live it. You try to reply, but I'm not ready. He shakes his head. Since when do Stoics talk about what they want to be? We simply are. But I'm afraid of failing, he interrupts. So what? We learn more from failure than comfort. He ends with this. Either you accept the challenge or remain a slave to your own mind. Then he disappears. You're still staring at yourself. Same face. But something inside has changed, because here's the truth. You already are strong. Now start acting like it. And if you truly want to silence that weak voice once and for all, start with how you speak, how you think, and how you carry yourself every single day. Remember what we just talked about. Taking action is proof of your strength, but there's another silent enemy lurking in your mind, overthinking and procrastination. You want to do something, but instead, you start thinking, I'll do it later. Let me just check my email first. Maybe tomorrow's a better time. I should plan it all out first and then I'll really do it. And just like that, you get stuck in the loop like a hamster on a wheel, running in circles but never moving forward. You analyze every option, convince yourself that you'll do it soon, but time keeps passing and you're still standing still. So what's the difference between those who make things happen and those who don't? It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not intelligence, it's action. Some people do, others just think about doing. So let me ask you, which team are you on? If you often procrastinate, here's something you should know. This isn't just about willpower. Science backs it up. The longer you think about doing something, the harder it becomes to begin. It's like your brain is building a wall, taller and taller with each passing second. A study published in the Journal of Psychology and Education found that procrastination is tightly linked to anxiety and stress. The more you delay, the more anxious you feel. The more anxious you feel, the more you delay. It's a vicious, destructive cycle. I've seen it firsthand in someone close to me. Whenever he's asked to do something, he says, "I'll do it in 5 minutes." But then instead of doing it, he starts explaining his plan, step by step, detail by detail. He spends days, sometimes weeks, just thinking. And when he finally does it, it only takes 5 minutes. That's the issue. He spent more time thinking than doing. Marcus Aurelius said it best. Do what nature requires of you. Don't get distracted by anything else. Our nature is to act, not get lost in endless thought and excuses. So how do we break the cycle? Here's a practical tool. The 3-second rule. Whenever you hesitate, count to 3 and act before your brain has time to make excuses. 2, 3, go. No time for overthinking. No room for doubt. Believe me, procrastination is the silent killer of dreams. Every time you delay, you feed your weak self, the one that fears effort and craves comfort. But that's not who you are. Inside you is a stronger version, decisive, action-oriented, unstoppable. So don't think, do it, and one day, your future self will look back and say, "Thank you." Now, if you want to protect that strength, you must master the only thing truly within your control: how you respond to life's challenges. As we said, the secret to reclaiming your strength is focusing on what you can control, your response. Marcus Aurelius said it best: you have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength. It's not about what happens to you. It's about how you interpret it and how you act. Picture this. You're in a boat. It's sinking. Water is flooding in. And instead of bailing the water, you scream at the sky, shouting that the water shouldn't be here, but the boat keeps sinking. Now, stop. Don't complain. Start bailing. You'll see that the storm isn't the enemy, your reaction is. That's what defines your path. It's time to kill the weak version of you that drowns in anxiety over things beyond control. Unleash your power by managing what's truly yours, your thoughts, your choices, your attitude. 6. Break free from your old self. Let me ask you, my friend, and be honest, why do you keep checking your phone every 5 minutes knowing you have bigger things to do? Why do you claim you want discipline but always hit snooze when the alarm rings? Why do you complain about your life yet keep repeating the same habits that got you here? Let's be clear, you're still dragging your old self around and it's holding you back. You fall into the same traps. You let your past self run the show. And the worst part? You know it. If you keep clinging to the version of you that failed, how can you expect to succeed? Now imagine this. You're lost in the ocean. No land, no compass, just drifting. The sun burns. Your water's gone. You're desperate, but you keep making the same decisions that got you lost. Trusting luck, hoping it'll all work out, until something awakens inside you. You realize if you stay on this path, you'll stay lost. So you seize the helm. You study the stars. You row with purpose. And finally, you spot land on the horizon. But here's the most important part. When you reach the shore, you burn the boat. You destroy the vessel that carried your confusion because you refuse to go back to that lost version of yourself. That, right there, is the secret. To become new, you must destroy what no longer serves you. I know you want change. You want more discipline, less wasted time, more strength, but it won't happen until you break free from the identity that keeps you stuck. Here's what to do right now. Grab a piece of paper. Write down everything that belongs to your old self. Better yet, draw it. Doesn't matter if you can't draw. Sketch a stick figure if needed. Just give your old self a face. What does it look like? Tired? Glued to a phone? Lying on a couch saying, "I'll start tomorrow"? Make it silly. Make it obvious, because you need to see that version for what it is, an obstacle. Now list it all. The bad habits, oversleeping, doom scrolling, skipping, workouts. The fears, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of effort. The excuses, I don't have time, I'm too tired. Others are better. Write down everything you no longer want to be and then destroy it, rip it, burn it, trash it. Do whatever it takes to remove it from your identity. Because the truth is simple, your old self died today. Now the question is, what will you do with the new one? Will you rise to become your best self, or keep dragging the weight of who you used to be? It's time to live one day as the person you were always meant to become. Va neu ban mon duitrisu bien joa jo.
Hong chimoten gay ma moingai, ban fai hok kash jong moi kang kuadan jensu yu joy. Veilam the naujek hong cho no mot keho.
English version, page 6. Now that you've burned the old boat, you're ready to live one day as your best self. So how does that day begin? You don't hit snooze. You get up the moment your alarm rings, because you are in control, not your comfort. You step into a cold shower, not because it's easy, but because it reminds you you're the one choosing. You eat breakfast, no phone, no distractions. You're present, mindful, focused. You get dressed with purpose, not to hide, but to own the day. Because today you're not someone who blends in, you're someone who leads. You step out of your home with a different energy, shoulders back, gaze sharp, each step grounded. You arrive at work, not rushing to your desk with your head down, but walking in with presence. You greet people confidently, you look them in the eye, you're no longer invisible, you leave an impression. When a decision needs to be made, you don't hesitate. When a problem arises, you don't complain or wait. You take initiative. You offer solutions. You speak with clarity. Today, you don't avoid challenges, you face them, and the transformation goes beyond work. You don't let anyone walk over you. If someone speaks disrespectfully, you don't lower your head. You set boundaries. If you used to stay silent to avoid discomfort, today you speak up with composure and strength. In your personal life, things evolve. You decide to take your partner out on a spontaneous date, not because it's a special occasion, but because you value connection, because you don't let routine dull what matters. At home, you don't scroll aimlessly. You train, not like someone trying to be disciplined, but like someone who already is. You push harder. You embrace the discomfort because you're no longer the version that quits when it gets tough. And by the end of the day, a powerful truth hits you. You didn't need motivation. You didn't need a miracle. You just needed to act like your best self. Look at Matthew McConaughey. Early in his career, no one saw him as serious. He was just the rom-com guy. But he refused to accept that label. He said, I am a serious actor. He rejected roles. He faced rejection. He waited, but he acted like the person he wanted to become before the world ever did. And eventually, he became it. So be like him. Fake it until you unleash it. Now ask yourself, if you can do it for one day, what's stopping you from doing it every day? Epictetus said it clearly. Don't wait to become better. Start acting like someone better. Now, you don't need
months to transform. You just need to prove it right now.
And if you truly want to sustain this transformation, not just one day, but every day, then you must learn how to leave no room for weakness. So how do we start? If you can live as your best self for one day, then sustaining it means one thing. You must leave no room for weakness. No more excuses. It doesn't matter if you're tired, if the day's been rough, or if you're not in the mood. You do it anyway, because it's part of the process. Second, set a non-negotiable focus commitment. If every time you sit down to work, your attention is hijacked by your phone, social media, or meaningless distractions, you won't move forward. Put your phone in another room. Use the Pomodoro technique. Block out the noise. Remember, your business won't build itself. Third, set a non-negotiable action commitment. No more waiting for the perfect moment. Every single day, you must take at least one concrete step toward your goal. Contact a client. Create content. Improve your product. If there's no action, there's no progress. That's what separates achievers from dreamers. Discipline is not optional. It's not a mood, it's an identity. Part 9. Stay away from those who hold you. Back picture yourself as a rocket on the launch pad. You've got the fuel. You've got the power to soar, but something's holding you down. It's not technical failure. It's not lack of fuel. It's the ropes tied around your base. Now think about your real life. Those ropes, they're the people around you. Some lift you. Others, knowingly or not, hold you down. Every sly insult, every negative comment disguised as humor, every time someone makes you feel too much, it's another rope. And if you don't cut it, you'll never launch. Marcus Aurelius got it. Avoid those who pollute your soul. As Emperor of Rome, he was surrounded by flatterers and manipulators, but he chose to keep close to philosophers, strategists, people who challenged him to think better. Now think about you. Have you ever started improving and heard, "Don't go overboard, enjoy life, you've changed, you never hang out anymore"? Why bother? Nothing really changes, it's not a coincidence. People uncomfortable with your growth will try to pull you back. Dr. Tara Swart explains, your environment doesn't just influence you, it defines you. To know who you are right now, look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Let's try it. Think of your top 5. Write their names down. Next to each, write 3 honest words to describe them. Are they disciplined or lazy? Positive or negative? Ambitious or complacent? Do they push you or hold you back? Now reread those words. Ask yourself, how much of their mindset have you absorbed? If one constantly complains, have you become more bitter too? If another never follows through, have you justified your own inaction? Here's the hard truth. That list reflects a part of you, because we don't just choose our environment. Our environment shapes us. If you want to stop being weak, surround yourself with people who make you strong. People who cheer for your growth, not fear it, because success isn't just what you do, it's also who you do it with. And if you truly want to live fully with no regrets, there's one thing you must never waste: your time. Now let me ask you, if today were your last day, what would you do differently? If you truly value your time, the most precious asset you'll never get back, then ask yourself this: did you live today as if it were your last? Steve Jobs once shared a habit that changed his life. Every morning, he looked in the mirror and
asked, if today were the last day of my life, would I do what I'm about to do?
if the answer was no for too many days in a row, he knew something had to change. And guess what? He changed it. He didn't wait. He didn't make excuses. He didn't say, it's not the right time. He acted. Marcus Aurelius had the same awareness. He said, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say. An emperor, arguably the most powerful man of his era, reminding himself that his time was limited. Because it was. And so is yours. Now think about yourself. You behave like you'll live forever, letting days slip away as if you're guaranteed. Decades more, but tell me, how many of those days have truly been yours? How many have been spent doing what you truly love? And how many have you surrendered to routine, procrastination, and distractions? We fool ourselves. We say we're too busy. We say we don't have time. But in truth, it's a choice. Here's the truth. Time isn't spent. It's invested. And if you feel like you're wasting it, here's a technique from the book, Help. Each night before bed, ask yourself, did I use my time today for something that truly mattered? If the answer is no, change something tomorrow. Even something small. You don't need to flip your life upside down overnight. Just take one step in the right direction. But here's the most important part. Don't delay. Don't say, tomorrow I'll start. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't, it's not talent, it's not luck. It's that the successful choose to act before they feel ready. They don't live on autopilot. They ask the hard questions and take action before it's too late. Remember this, the time you waste today is life you'll never get back. If you don't realize this now, one day you'll look back and wonder, what the hell did I do with
My life? Don't wait until it's too late. Make every grain of sand in your hourglass count. Because the real battle, it's not won in a single fight. It's won in consistency. It doesn't matter how many times you defeat your weak self.
If tomorrow you let it rise again, and now, we've reached the final test, the ultimate challenge to kill once and for all the weak version of yourself that has held you back for far too long. Are you ready? Because what I'm about to tell you may forever change how you approach your life. The war never ends. We've said it clearly. This war never ends. That's why every time you start to feel comfortable, challenge yourself again. Don't let comfort lull you into stagnation. Push yourself forward. Find something that forces you to grow. Shift your perspective. Set a new target. Test yourself in a completely different domain. Because it's that intentional discomfort that forges greatness. And here we are, me and you, at the end of this path. But let's be real. This isn't the end. It's a new beginning. So let me ask you, will you let your weak version rise again? Or will you ensure that each day becomes living proof that you've defeated it once and for all? Because every decision you make defines who you are. It's not about changing for a fleeting moment. It's about committing to your highest self. Every single day. Killing your weak version isn't a one-time act. It's a daily choice. In every action, every thought, every moment. Each one either brings you closer to the person you want to be, or drags you back to the person you swore you'd outgrow. So don't wait for motivation. Act. No hesitation. No excuses. No looking back. And if you've made it this far, prove your commitment. Comment below. I end my weak version today and forever. That way, I'll know who the real Stoic warriors are, the ones who finished this journey with me. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like this video so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you want to keep going deeper, click on the playlist showing on the screen. It's packed with stories, strategies, and Stoic wisdom to help you navigate life with clarity and strength. Click it, and let's keep moving forward together. Until next time, take care and live like a true Stoic every single day.